after the parcel arrives in the customs department, DHL, the courier itself, will help me pay for my taxes. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven, and today I want to discuss with you guys one topic which nobody likes to talk about when it comes to the hobby of collecting anime figures. Yes, as the title implies, we are going to talk about taxes today.
今期の予算ですか？
プレステーション4、任天堂 GS、iPad。
So whenever you buy stuff from overseas to import it into your own country, high chances are you're going to pay a percentage of taxes. It can be very low, like 5% for some countries, all the way up to 20+%, like what I heard in EU. VAT, value added tax in the European Union was like 21 or 23%. That is a lot, In Japan, their GST, their goods and sales tax is 10%. And in my country, it is also 10%, right? So regardless of whether I buy from Japan and then I go through a proxy service to ship it to Malaysia, under declare it in the process,
これを密輸したかったから証拠口通れなかったんだよね。
or I were to buy the figure directly and ship it directly to Malaysia and pay taxes in my own country, it is still 10%. The taxes are the same. However, the two processes are not equal. And this is the one thing I want to discuss with you guys, right? So you'll see, when it comes to taxes, right, I understand that nobody likes to pay more than necessary. I mean, if you can save money, why not, right? However, sometimes the problem isn't the money. It is the process itself. And let me explain, right? For example, if you go to a Japanese website to buy a figure, let's take Hobby Link Japan as an example, HLJ, right? If you were to buy the same figure from HLJ.com and HLJ.co.jp, which is their domestic Japan site, the price of the very same figure, they are different. The pricing on the international site is cheaper, and it is approximately 10% cheaper. Yes, because if you were to buy from the Japanese site, they assume that you are a mainland Japanese, and you need to pay the Japanese government their taxes, which is 10%. In my country, it isn't that simple. If you were to buy a figure from Japan and you ship it to Malaysia, what happens is that if it exceeds a value of $110 approx, high chances are you are gonna get taxed. And the 10% tax isn't the main issue here. The money isn't the main issue. The issue is the process of paying that taxes. What happens is that you have two options. Number one is that the courier is going to hold on your parcel, hold it in the customs office, and you need to turn up in the customs office in person to pay for the taxes. So imagine driving half an hour, 1 hour, all the way to the customs office just to queue for 3 to 4 hours to pay for taxes for 1 or 2 scale figures. Once a month at the bare minimum if you buy figures every month. And how do you queue at the customs office for several hours before paying your taxes? You need annual leaves. You need to spend your annual leaves. Those annual leaves from your workplace, which you are supposed to use it for vacation, you use it on collecting parcels. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, you can go to the customs office on a Saturday. You go there at 8 AM. But everyone is thinking the same thing, so you are still facing a long queue, maybe 3 to 4 hours before you can collect your parcel, and you would have wasted 4 hours of your time, of your life, on collecting a parcel where that time could have been spent on doing more productive things. So you see, this is the problem with taxes in Malaysia. It is not that people don't like paying taxes, but the process is too cumbersome and it doesn't make much sense. And it has been the same way for the past 10, 15 years even. There are no attempts on improving the system. The second way, if you are unable to turn up in person at the customs office to collect your parcel and pay for the taxes, you can always pay the postal service, the courier, to do it on your behalf. The problem is the charges are pretty expensive. For every parcel they help you to collect and pay the taxes for you, you need to pay an additional $11 for the service charge. To me, that is pretty expensive and unnecessary because DHL does it for us for free. Yes. So I also shop from Amazon Japan. And the way Amazon does things in general is that during checkout, they will collect a deposit, a tax deposit for you. And they will pay your taxes for you on your behalf. And any extra you paid, they will refund it to you. Yeah. So let me give you guys an example over here. This is an excellent system where every country and every courier system should be using, but somehow they are not. Okay. So this figure of Barbara over here from Genshin Impact, this is a Kotobukiya figure. I purchased her from Amazon Japan. Yeah. So what happens is that during checkout, I had to pay a bit extra in terms of tax deposit. And this is what my postal slip looks like. So this is the invoice from Amazon Japan on the amount I paid and so on, including the shipping. This one over here, yeah, this is the DHL shipping slip, right? And then over here, yeah, more invoices. And the most important part, this was included in my parcel. So this is actually a receipt for my tax clearance payment. So down here you can see in Malaysian ringgit, 725 ringgit for the figure including shipping, and a tax of 72 ringgit 50 cents cleared, 10%. So what happens over here is that after the parcel arrives in the customs department, DHL, the courier itself, will help me pay for my taxes and get the receipt, everything done, all the paperwork done, and then deliver it straight to my doorstep.
郵便です。いらっしゃいませんか。ご注文の AV200 本詰め合わせセットお持ちしましたよ。
From Japan to Malaysia, all in less than 3 days. You don't have any interruptions at all. This is provided you use the DHL priority shipping option, the more expensive option. There is no service charge for this tax clearance. Yes, DHL shipping is expensive, and I guess that extra cost is due to the fact that they helped you to clear the taxes so that you don't have to turn up at the customs office in person to do all those things, right? This is an excellent way of clearing and paying taxes, and this should be something every courier, every country should be doing, but somehow they are not. And there are no attempts to improve the system even after all these years, all these decades even.
そんなのこの国じゃ無理ですよ。
So when there is so much difficulty in paying taxes because you have to waste your annual leaves to do it and waste time in the process, yeah, people will start coming up with all sorts of methods to evade taxes altogether. The problem isn't the money, the problem is the process. That is my conclusion for this video and this example I just gave you guys. So my question here is that what do you think about taxes when it comes to this hobby of collecting anime figures? And what is the process like in your country? How do you pay for your taxes? I would love to hear your stories. And thank you very much for keeping up with me all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and goodbye. I shall see you guys again soon.